see what happens. I've got absolutely, ooh, this is exciting. Oh wow, look at that. I've got no design or pattern in mind for this. I'm just kind of letting it happen. Literally winging it. Story of my life. But, you know, sometimes it's not the end of the world. So that's interesting. I do like those colours together, actually. That works really well. So now you can kind of tip it and move it and let it roll around a little bit. Oh, this is exciting. This is really, it's just so interesting to see what it does, because you have no idea, you've got no control over this really, you're very limited. You can't sort of do what you do with a lot of furniture projects and decide, you know, right, you've got a rough idea of how you want that to look and the design and what's going to go where. It doesn't really work that way with this stuff, because it's going to do whatever it wants to do. You just have to hope it looks right, and it will, to be honest. I mean, it's never going to look rubbish, is it? Now this is where you really kind of see the exciting stuff happen. Oh, it's really, I'm nervous tipping it that way because I don't want it to go over the edge. I want to try and keep it all within that drawer. This is looking so much better than I thought it would. This is, you can tell that this is definitely my first time doing this. I can't believe I was stupid enough not to even practice, but I'm quite glad that I didn't actually, because, you know, I get to enjoy this in the same way that you do when you first use it, and just be amazed by what happens, because it's lovely and unexpected and just fun and exciting. So I think if I was doing this again, I would probably be a little bit more prepared in that I would have all my drawers properly prepped and ready and do all of them more or less at the same time, so that I could have, obviously not a complete uniform look, because you'll never get that, but just, I don't know, maybe it would be a little bit more controlled in the distribution of colours across all the different drawers, because I know when I try and get around to actually prepping the other drawers and do this maybe a week from now to finish it off, to try and recreate the quantities that I've used and the distribution in the same way will be really difficult, but we'll try. So the
Crafty Vintage says it looks good, and Colour Me Katie said love it, looks fab.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm really, you know, I mean, I'm not surprised it looks great, because I know the product's great, but I'm just surprised I'm, you know, involved in making it look great. That's the bit that surprises me, because it is completely new to me, but it's really fun. And you know, this is an Italian product. It's well established Italian brand, dating back, I think they're established since about 1947 or something, and these guys absolutely know their stuff. They've kind of got you know, paint absolutely nailed. They have so many products in the range, it's absolutely vast, and this is why, you know, I'm starting to just explore the tip of the iceberg at the moment, really. Obviously I'm a lot more familiar with the stuff that we're all used to seeing in the furniture painting ranges, you know, the usual mineral paints and that sort of thing.
I'm going to get a little close up.
Yeah, oh, it's fascinating to look at, isn't it? It's just, I mean, I've never claimed to be an artist. I've always said I've got patience and a steady hand and I get away with it. But, you know, that, you know, who could recreate that? It's just so much fun. It makes you feel like you're an artist because the paint's just doing all this clever stuff for you. So you can really create something astonishing. It's absolutely, it's just so exciting to watch. I love it. I'm just going to get no work done anymore now I've got all this things to play with. And this is just the straightforward universal pouring medium. So the different colours stay reasonably separate with this. With the marbling one, they tend to blend in more. With the cell medium, you've just got those individual sort of cell separations. You can just, you know, mix things in, play around, and yeah, it's really fun to do. So I don't know if there's any questions. By all means, fire away, and I will try and answer. But as you can see, I am literally.
I've got a question actually.
Oh, go on then.
What's the drying process? Do you just leave it to do its thing, or do you put something over the top afterwards?
You just leave it exposed to the open air, but it dries very quickly because it's very runny. So yeah, if you've got a thin layer of it, it might take an hour more. If it's a thicker layer, I mean this looks quite a thick layer actually, so this might take a bit longer, but yeah, you're thinning it out, so it really doesn't. All of these paints don't take long to dry anyway, so yeah, it's nice if you've got. It's quite a matte finish if you're using a matte paint, because these are metallics and eggshells. We might see a bit more of a sheen. Probably best to seal it with a varnish, I would say. But having said that, I do know. Kate was telling me that after she'd done hers, it was really robust, it was really durable without a top coat. So, you know, obviously a top coat's going to add a sheen as well if you wanted it looking a little bit more glossy, if it dries matter than you expect. But yeah, this is a fascinating design to watch. So that is the pouring medium. We've got verdigris, we've got rust effect. There are so many products in the range to play around with. Yeah, it's difficult to know what to do next. We've also got the 50 coats resin pours as well, and 20. There's a 20 coats and a 50 coats. I think I've got the 50 coats in stock. With that, you've got a thick layer of clear resin. You can set things in it, but it's basically equivalent to about 50 layers of varnish. So that will be a fun one to do. I mean, something like this drawer with the sort of lip around the edge, you could do something. I
was thinking about resin actually, like to set it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I've got a little drinks trolley, little mid-century drinks trolley at the shop at the moment that I'm thinking about what to do with, and that might be a nice one for a resin pour. So yeah, if there are no questions, then I think we will leave it there. And
this is part of the cabinet that you're going to be having in the shop, right?
Yes, I will be doing something similar with the rest of the drawers. I'm going to check out what the top of the dressing table is like, see if I can get the wood back, but actually seeing what this is doing, I'm not sure I want to. This is actually looking better than a nice veneer, so I might just go the whole hog and do the whole thing, just paint the legs and the surrounds. But
a little close up here. It's a really cool effect. There we go. Katie said can't wait to see the rest of it finished, bet it will look fab. And then looking for pineapples, asked for a close-up, so I'm just coming in here. Here we are. I really like the swirly effect it gives. I think it's really cool.
It looks very geological. I think
kind of like
it looks like